They say that college is the 4 best years of your life, and although that may be true socially and maybe intellectually, that doesn't have to hold true financially. So, college graduates, here are my few pieces of advice as you take on adulthood. And congrats, by the way. The less you know, the more you'll end up paying. Whether this is paying for advisors or missing out on the appreciation of your net worth, not understanding the basics of personal finance can cost you. So, go out and read a book or two on personal finance, or follow a YouTube channel that's dedicated to increasing your financial literacy. Up until this point, you probably never had expenses that were incurred on a weekly or monthly basis unless you were that friend that owned the Netflix account. But now you have a job with steady income that comes bundled with steady expenses. Budgeting will save you from getting lost in that expense sauce. All budgeting is recording how much money is coming in and how it will go out and be used on a monthly basis. Whether you use a spreadsheet, a notebook, or even an app, create a budget in order to get a more holistic view of your finances. Now, if this is practical, I highly recommend staying with your parents for another 3 to 5 years. If not, that's completely fine. But the goal is to keep your housing costs as low as possible so that for the next few years you can focus on paying off any debt that you have and saving as much of your income as possible. One option may be just splitting rent with a few roommates for a couple of years. Debt. Most individuals know how it feels to graduate from college with some load of debt, and I'll be no exception to that. I hate debt. The thought of it just makes me cringe. So, let's focus on paying off any debt that you have first. But here's the thing. The only way that you'll avoid making student loan payments when you're 50 is by paying more than the minimum amount required on these payments. Lenders design these payment plans so that they can make money. So who do you think is benefiting if you just make the payments that they ask you to make on their schedule? It's not you. So pay the minimum and then some. Just $20 extra on each bill can work wonders over time. So hopefully you already have an emergency fund in place. Even if it's $20, that's great. But now the price of something going wrong is gonna be more like $100 to a couple $1,000s. Be prepared. Don't just focus on today and risk something unexpected happening tomorrow. And once that fund is at around $2,000, you can start building your It's Time to Go fund, which is about 3 to 6 months of your income, such that if you want to go start that business that you've always been wanting to start, or just quit the job that you hate, you can go do that with a bit of a cushion. Retirement is a long-term goal that can become a short-term problem if you don't start early. Start contributing to your retirement account as soon as you can because time is on your side and you want to take advantage of that. And here's an even better incentive. Your employer most likely has a matching program where essentially whatever you contribute to your retirement account, they'll match that and contribute the same amount or some variation of that. So even if there's a cap on the amount that they'll contribute for you, it's still free money. And it's not a scam, so ask your employer. Start giving regularly, whether it's a friend in need, a nonprofit organization, or even a volunteering opportunity. Regularly offering your time and money is not only morally rewarding. Some of the wealthiest individuals in the world say that giving is important to achieving financial freedom. Now this is a life lesson as much as a finance one, but fight the urge to create a standard for your life through social media. Susie may be traveling all over the world, but she doesn't have student loans. Sean may have just bought a new BMW, but he's still struggling to pay his rent. The moral of the story is set your financial plan and stick to it regardless of what everyone else is doing. Because in reality, you only see what everyone else wants to show you. Now, even though your goal is to save tons of money and be on top of your finances, make some room in all that to treat yourself. But here's my advice. Material items have no value and will never be a key to your happiness. So learn to treat yourself with experiences and not items. Now I know this was super long and possibly daunting, but it's okay. Here at Minority Wealth Management, we are here for you. So watch this video a few more times, take some notes, and maybe drop us a like, a comment, or subscribe. And if you have any further questions, reach out to us on any of our social media. And never forget, Broke is a mentality. I hope this helped.